Welcome back to ATL Day Ones. I am Tenitra. That is Jarvis. And this is the show that now, if you have Amazon Fire and was Roku, am I right?
Roku.
Amazon Fire and
Yeah,
Roku,
yeah,
you
yes.
can find us there. How cool is that? So we just want to let you guys know so that when we say to you, to download us wherever you get your podcasts or where is it that you can check us out. Now you have two more options to check out this show and to tell other people to check it out too. And hey, you can always still go to YouTube because you guys are the reason that we're getting up to 4,000 subscribers. So we appreciate you for that because that makes everything all good on this show. Now, speaking of all good, I'm asking you, Dirty Birds Nation, Falcons fans, ATL sports fans, we good now? Has our sports PTSD kind of waned a little bit? Because, hey, a lot of times we know it takes time for bad things to kind of get out of your system. That's why Jarvis and I are here for you. And we know that this Falcons loss is no different, although I'm sure it hit different. But we've had 24 more hours to process from
Hmm.
that clock hitting the zero and from you having to leave the Benz or your Falcons party or your couch if you decided to stay home yesterday. We get it. How are you feeling?
You know what, T? I, as I
You
speak for,
dramatic, right?
you know what? I actually started thinking positively. You know what I'm saying this morning, and I was like, man, you know what? There were some good things that came from this game, right? And we kind of touched on it yesterday, right? As I was trying to mask, my anger, and and eventually it came out. Sorry, DMPs, I didn't mean to go in on you like that yesterday, but I had to get that off my chest because I feel like Monday was the day for that, right?
Oh,
We
yes,
are in the
yes.
second
It
day
was
of the week.
overreaction Monday. It's
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? It was overreaction Monday. We said it was going to be overreaction. Like on Friday, that Friday,
Told you.
going in, headed to
Either
the
way,
weekend.
win or lose.
We knew what time it was. We knew it
Yeah.
was going to be some overreaction. So we overreacted yesterday.
Mhm.
Well, I speak for myself.
Yeah,
I
yes.
overreacted. I overreacted yesterday, and now
Mhm.
I'm better. I'm feeling better, and And when you look at this game, and you
Mhm.
start to think about certain things, right? There are a couple of things that just really, really stand out to you,
Mhm.
and I'm really encouraged by.
Yeah.
One, Grady Jarrett exceeded his total sacks in the first half of the game
Right. In the
last year. Right in the first half of the game, he exceeded his sack total in 2021. So
Mhm.
yes, to know that Grady Jarrett is back to his normal self. I'm not gonna say old self because he's still a young brother. He's still doing his
Mhm.
thing,
Yes.
and that was the thing that just made me smile because we know what that if that guy is on point, we know exactly what this defense looks like, and I think that they need him in order to get to a level of play that Dean Pease wants to get to. And the second thing that I was, when I was started thinking positive thoughts and everything, I was just like, oh my God, the offensive line didn't give up no sacks yet on Sunday.
Mhm.
That is huge because when you think about how this team has struggled to, protect the quarterback, it just really speaks to the progression, right?
Yes.
That I think that Arthur Smith kind of touched on, in his
Mhm.
presser. He was a little bit more calm today. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think that those are a couple of things that I just say. You know what? It was really bad in the moment,
Mhm.
and I was really mad on yesterday. It was a mad Monday for me, but it's Tuesday, and I'm starting to feel a little better. T.
I am so glad because if you are feeling better, then that really gets the ATL Day One's family level set as well. And I agree with you. Those are two areas where I loved it so much because number one, I thought it was the coolest thing, and I hope that doesn't sound like I'm making it too simple, but I really thought it was a cool thing to line up Grady Jarrett on the edge because I love to see
Mm-hmm.
that he's our OG in terms of being the elder statesman for the Falcons, but it's like you can teach an old dog some new tricks because he's been chomping at the bit and telling us that he was going to do some things in this second year with Dean Pease. And Dean Pease has been telling us that he was going to do some different things with Grady Jarrett. So I was excited about that as well. And you already know I looked at it like this: 4 sacks taken from the Saints, no sacks given to the Saints. So that's a beautiful thing you can walk away with. And another thing, I'm going to coin a phrase. You heard it right here on ATL Day One, so you guys know I've coined two phrases already. Sports PTSD. Hope you don't need it anytime soon for the Falcons, but that's a phrase.
Yeah, we'll need that no more.
Secondly, Deanisms. We'll find out Thursday if Dean will give us something to work with, but that's when Dean Pease says something that only Dean Pease can say. So that's a Deanism. And now I'm hitting you with my third. Hashtag Falcons R&R. When you get Falcons run and Falcons rush, it's a good look. Another thing that's a good look is Coffee AM, right, Jarvis?
Yes, Coffee AM King here. Of course it is. Because, coffeeam.com/locked on. That's the website that you need to go to. Now I'm about to tell you why you need to go there. Because it is something about that Tanzanian pea berry coffee tea that just gets my day going. Because, like you said, I've always been a guy that, at least in 2022, to get up
Mhm.
early in the morning and go
Yeah.
and get me a workout in because, I need to lose some weight, T. And I think that a good old cup of coffee is something that can get your day started. And I think you need to as well, because I'm not going to sit up here and kind of tell you any old thing that what you want to hear. I'm going to let you know what time it is, because this is the best small batch coffee roaster in the entire country. And it's right here in your backyard. All you
Yeah.
got to do is go up there and send the order, because they'll come to you. They'll come to
Yeah.
you.
Love it.
So go to the website, coffeeam.com/locked on. Drop in that promo code box, locked on, and you're going to get 15% off all coffee, teas, and gift sets on your first order. So make sure you just pull up on the best and local on small batch coffee roaster in the entire country.
Now, Jarvis just told you guys about a deal with Coffee AM. They're cutting you a 15% deal, right? And that's a good look. Now, we don't know. We're going to call this cut an interesting cut, right? In terms of cutting and how some things cutting cap, basically your salary cap space, excuse me, and
Yes.
kind of getting in and digging into that and giving yourself some space to grow. Now, according to ESPN's Phil Yates, the Falcons have restructured Deion Jones' contract. Yes, that's a yet again. The Falcons converted $8.5 million of Deion's salary into a bonus. So Debo gets his salary payout sooner as part of that new deal. Translation, this creates $6.8 million in cap space. Like I was saying, that cuts off the top of the cap and it really spreads that out over 3 void years. Very interesting that we get that on a Tuesday. No media up at Falcon headquarters in Flowery Branch, just saying. We'll talk
What are
about
you
that
talking
tomorrow.
about, T?
Right. Also, after game one, where we did not see Debo unless I missed him on a snap. But interestingly, after game one, obviously I didn't miss him, he's on IR, but
Yeah.
unless he was ghosting out there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to get that after game one. Thoughts?
You know what? They're trying to appease some folks, right? All right, here's not Dean Pease, appease. So there are a couple of things that come to my mind when I started thinking about, and it's positive. It's not negative. It's not Mad Monday, so it's a Tuesday. It's a positive Tuesday. I couldn't think of a word that starts with T that kind of goes, so that's what we're gonna roll with.
Terrific.
Positive Tuesday. It's a terrific Tuesday. Yes, we're here. So I think that the first thing that come to mind for me, T, is that you know, if you want to keep somebody quiet, go and give them that check, right? You don't want Deion to be flying off on social or or doing anything like that. So go ahead and give him his
Unfollowing
money.
you, deleting all his Falcons information.
Unfollowing, deleting all his Falcon stuff, like we've seen with other teams, Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
like all that type of stuff, right? The Falcons are very big on perception. They don't want that type of stuff, right? So,
Hmm.
hey, here's what we can do. If we've been trying to trade a guy, those were reports that have been confirmed, right?
Hmm.
If we're trying to trade a guy, let's go ahead and reduce that salary. How about that? And because I think he has like $1.1 million left on that salary. So guess what? If you're calling the Dallas Cowboys, hey, just throw a team out there and say,
Yeah.
hey, he only has about a little bit less, over $1 million on his contract. To give us a fifth round pick for him, and hey, y'all can see what y'all can do with him. He's
Hmm.
healthy. He played. He played in the last game.
Hmm.
He just had his stuff cleaned up a little bit. So I think that those are kind of first couple things that come to my mind. To you, like, all right, here's what we're still trying to actively trade this guy. I'm gonna say get rid of. It sounds nasty. Trying to trade this guy so we can kind of move on and do what we've been trying to do,
Hmm.
and give him a little hush money. Hey, why not?
Why not? I mean, for real. Like at this point, again, and you make a great point because we know who we're working with. We are working with the Falcons, and the Falcons
Yeah,
are really a team. And really, I don't want to say team, rather, let me say organization that is
yeah,
really about optics. And so,
right.
listen, they don't want any little thing to even put that out there, right? That there's any unrest or that there's any disillusion, if you will, on the part of Deion Jones or the organization. So again, we'll be following this. We'll be interested to see, but I agree with you. I think it may also signal that hey, they're trying to put something in place that'll bring a partner, if you will, a possible trade partner where both parties can get something positive out of it. Now, when we come back, we just told you that the Falcons are big on perception, they're big on the messaging, and they are big on making sure that they control the narrative. So, I think there was a little conversation on Monday about some commentary on Sunday, and now we're going to talk about it on Tuesday. It's for the culture when we come back.